Yeah.
Okay.
Then you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, at first I want to thank you for the invitation here. It's a great honor for me and a pleasure. I'm first time here. And at first, please let me say some sentences on the morning session, because at first you show us a picture. The picture is also in German newspapers, and the picture hurts us, of course. And I remember there are pictures that can change the world. All of us know pictures from the Vietnam War, for example. Also a child, an egg child. And it was a step in ending the war. And I hope that this picture would be a step in ending the problems. But I'm, as a human, as a citizen of Europe, I'm convinced it's only one way to solve this problem. The way would be, it's a great challenge for Europe. It's a great challenge for the European community, and I think it's only by solidarity, by work together, it can solve it. It's no way to solve the problem in the national area or in the national part. This is no solution. I think we have to work together, more than ever. Thank you. A second one, a short mission, is we spoke about services of pharmacies. I want to show you, there's one paper we had developed in Germany, I think 3 or 2 years ago. We call it Leica. It's a catalog of pharmaceutical services, and it describes these services. It's only in English, not here, but you can find it in our internet presentation in ABDA, and I think it could be a step in the right direction in order to find a European idea of services. I think our catalog is the idea, the main idea is everything is possible. You can do it, but you haven't to do it. You must not do it. But the way is to standardization these services. If you measuring blood pressure, for example, so do it please in this way we have described here. It would be very necessary in order to get a correct way and in order to have a way besides the doctors and so on. It was important, I think so. Okay, this was a sentence without the protocol. Now I want to tell you something about our ABDA, and this is the Federal Union of Journalists Associations, you know already, I think so. I will then give you an overview over the German pharmacist system, and at last I want to present our prospects until 2030. It works? Yes. Let me begin with a few words about ABDA. ABDA is the umbrella organization of the approximately 62,000 pharmacists in Germany. Members of ABDA, there are 17 chambers of pharmacists and 70 associations of pharmacists. Chambers of pharmacists are joined in the Federal Chamber of Pharmacists, and the associations have joined to form the German Pharmacist Association. Briefly on main tasks of ABDA. ABDA provides a basic for the intensive exchange of ideas between its members and advises them to the procedures within the healthcare and pharmaceutical sector. Furthermore, it is ABDA who negotiates the issues of national importance with institutions, authorities, and organizations who deals with questions of pharmaceutical distribution. As promised, I continue giving an overview on the German pharmacy system. In Germany, we have a freedom of establishment for pharmacies. That means there are no geographical or demographical requirements for opening a pharmacy. But there are criteria for opening a pharmacy. The owner, who at the same time is also the operator of a pharmacy, must always be a pharmacist. This so-called third-party ownership ban emphasizes the pharmacist's personal responsibility and liability. Ownership of multiple pharmacies is forbidden. Thus, there are no pharmacy chains in Germany. However, a pharmacist may, in addition to his main pharmacy, operate up to 3 branch pharmacies, which have to be near his main pharmacy. In each of branch pharmacies, there must be a pharmacist in place as a branch manager. To give you some numbers, in the year 2014 we had 20,441 pharmacies in Germany. 16,269 pharmacies were main pharmacies, and there were 4,172 branch pharmacies. This means an average of 25 pharmacies per 100,000 citizens. There's more than 152,000 people working in German pharmacies who take care of an average of 3.6 million patient visits per day in the whole country. Pharmaceuticals in Germany are divided in 3 categories, not in 2 as in the most countries. We distinguish between prescription-only medicines, pharmacy-only medicines, and general sale list medication. Prescription-only medicines are only available in pharmacies, and the patient must have a doctor's prescription for them, of course. Pharmacy-only medicines are also available in the pharmacies, but the prescriptions isn't needed to get them. And the general sales medication, patients do not need a prescription, and these medicines are also available outside the pharmacies. There are, you see here the sales, yes. Prescription-only medicines is 53.4%, non-Rx medicines 46.6%, and you see the dark green and the middle green, these are pharmacy-only medications. There are several important advantages of the pharmacy-only category. There are no extra costs incurred by seeing a doctor, and the medicine is quickly available for the patient. However, these medical drugs are not to be found in the supermarket, which ensures essential counseling by a pharmacist. Some words about pharmacy remuneration. Pharmacy remuneration is regulated in the Pharmaceutical Price Ordinance in Germany. The statutory health insurance is granted a discount of €1.77 if the pharmacy is reimbursed with 10 days after receipt of invoice in the pharmacy. The pharmacy sales price is regulated for prescription-only medication and only for prescription-only medication. Pharmacy-only medication is a free price building. Pharmacy sales price without VAT consists of following elements. A margin of 3% of the pharma purchase price is added to the pharmacy, as well as a fixed sum of €8.35 minus a discount of €1.77 to the statutory health insurance. So a fixed sum of €6.58 per package remains in the pharmacy. Since 2 years, we have another 16 eurocent been added, which is paid into a nighttime and emergency service fund. The nighttime and emergency service ensures the universal access to the medical drugs round the clock. Pharmacies in rural areas have to deliver far more emergency services than pharmacies in big cities, where the pharmacy density is much higher. Pharmacies may charge up to €2.50 per visit to the nighttime and emergency service. Since August 2013, we have a new law. The law securing the nighttime and emergency service. The objective of the law is in the first place to support small pharmacies in rural areas that have to provide nighttime and emergency service very often. As I told you before, pharmacies receive per POM package handed out an extra payment of 16 eurocent, which sum is then paid into the nighttime and emergency service fund. It's per each package. It's not important the price of the package. The fund manages these financial resources. It means the chambers of pharmacists report all nighttime emergency service delivered in the area of responsibility to the fund. The fund then calculates a flat rate grant per nighttime and emergency service delivered and pays it to the respective pharmacies. In 2014, pharmacies received an average 266 euro per emergency service delivered. Please let me now, at last part of my contribution, give you some information of our vision of pharmacy services up to 2030. It was in October 2014, as the vast majority of the German Pharmacy Day, it's the annual meeting of German pharmacists in Munich, adopted a policy paper called Pharmacy 2030, Perspectives on Provision and Pharmacy Services in Germany. This paper shows our vision on where community pharmacy in Germany shall be in 2030. Prior to the adoption of the paper, several thousand pharmacists have been involved in a one-year-long opinion-forming process. The paper was developed in a bottom-up manner through an online questionnaires, regional working groups, a national convention, and the public web-based process of commenting draft texts. The German healthcare system is facing great challenges, like the system in your countries. I think it's the same. We are currently witnessing extensive demographic changes. The age structure in the society is shifting. Lifestyles are becoming more and more varied, and urbanization is increasing. This goes together with an increasing lack of pharmaceutical and healthcare professionals. At the same time, we experience an ongoing development of science and technology, as well as digitalization and networking in all areas of life. Healthcare systems in general and community pharmacies as a part of them have to adapt to these changes. Facing all these changes, there were a need to actively define the healthcare role of pharmacy so that we can maintain a key role in the future. Our paper, Pharmacy 2030, describes how pharmacy's role and range of services should be developed and advanced as a pillar of a healthcare system. Our policy paper has one key message. Pharmacists want to underline and strengthen their role as healthcare professionals and experts on medication, while also recognizing the economic challenges being faced to the pharmacy business. Providing patients with evidence-based advice on medication should be at the center of our work. So our long-term goal is to achieve and maintain safe and efficient drug treatment. An important building block for this is the introduction of a systematic, individual medication management system. Also, this requires a healthcare professional network between pharmacies, doctors, for example, and other healthcare professionals, with clearly defined responsibilities and interfaces in order to optimize prevention and drug treatment. By adopting the perspective paper in 2014, the strategic implementation process has begun. We work to concentrate measures and achieve our goals. 3 most urgent aspects that need to be pointed out, I think so. At first, there is the need to define in which way a systematic medication management can be performed. Second, the structure of comprehensive, high quality and efficient provision of medicines for the future. And third, it is important to determine how the qualification of the future pharmacist must be developed. We heard it already in the speech before. Unfortunately, I have not enough time to give you a complete overview on the paper, but some examples would be allowed. At first, the medication management. Community pharmacies offer medication management as an essential instrument for safe, efficient, and economical drug treatment. All medical drugs are used by the patient, including the safe medication, is continuously analyzed. The goal is to avoid to recognize and to solve medication-related problems and thus increase the effectiveness and efficiency of the drug treatment. Within the framework of an individual medication management, community pharmacies are also involved as a consultant in the prescription and treatment process. We try it in the moment in our 2 countries in our land, in Saxonia and Thuringia. There's a great test in this moment. I think it's since 2 years, and we have a lot of work to bring it in the realization, but it works now, I hope so. For a comprehensive, high quality and efficient provision of drugs, community pharmacies participate intensively, ongoing systematic overseeing of the quality and safety of finished drug, and ensuring the structural security of the distribution network, of course. In doing so, they strive to discover, understand and judge undesired effects. Community pharmacies also take part in effort to prevent fake products from entering the market. We heard already over the Secure Farm project in Germany. The core competence of community pharmacies depends on the high level of qualification of their staff and their strong identification with the profession. In the course of our working life, pharmacists and their staff constantly remain informed of current expertise. The profession of a pharmacist as a whole and the pharmacy owners share responsibility for education and continuing professional development. Pharmacies owners provide to appropriate professional framework for continuous professional development of their staff. Of course, these were only some aspects of our paper, but I hope I was able to give you an idea of the topics on which we are currently working in Germany. You see a last picture. It is another part of our work. It's an image campaign who shows with thousands of posters in pharmacies and on the streets in Germany to show our profession. And it's a fight, and I think we have everybody to do this fight, to show our citizens, to show the people in our country, to show our neighbors what is a profession of a pharmacist and how it is necessary to help them. Thank you very much for your attention.